Good morning, everybody. We are about to hit the road headed to Montreal, Canada. This is the first part of our anniversary celebration since we don't have the kids. And for those who don't know, I hate driving, so this is an 8-hour drive from where we live, but we gonna make the best of it. So we are bringing you guys along with us. So we found these snacks. And I'm about to tell them we found these snacks in New York, upstate New York gas station, and apparently this is a popular brand up here. So we're trying these out. These are the Farmhouse Premium Trail Mix, sweet and spicy. Wanna try these out? You ready?
Yeah.
I'm melted quick.
That really chocolate?
Yeah. You got chocolate chunks.
It was, huh? It's just like butter.
There's toffee in here too.
Alright, so look. I didn't get much spicy. Well,
Me
just
either.
a
I got more
dash.
sweet.
So I got just a dash of spice.
I got all. I mean, no spicy at all. They're good though.
Bounces well.
Very balanced. Our wait to enter into Canada was about 30 minutes. They just literally check your passports, ask why you're there, and let you in. So we are staying in downtown Montreal at Hyatt Place, and I will do a full review on the Hyatt Place in another video, but these are just some clips of our room. Once we were all checked into our hotel, we decided to go grab some lunch, and we noticed right outside of our hotel was this festival venue set up, and we decided we were going to come back later on the night to see what's going on because they were practicing. So we did grab lunch at this restaurant here. In this video, I will not be saying any of the restaurant's names out of fear of not pronouncing them right because they are in French. We did grab some fish cakes here, some potatoes and steak, and afterwards went back, changed, and got ready for dinner. Now, I know I just said I was not going to say any names, but I can say this one. It's Tropical. It is a Caribbean, West African, and Afro-Latino restaurant. It is very, very pretty on the inside. One thing I noticed about restaurants in Montreal, if you are a party of 3 or less, you sit at the bar. You don't actually sit at a table, which was pretty new for me. Now, this restaurant had R&B, like old school R&B playing, so we were having a good time. They had an extensive drink menu. The drinks were really, really good. I love that our host or waiter was very honest about the food there. So we did get the Caribbean truffle fries, which had some chimichurri on top. My husband got the Rasta pasta with jerk chicken on top, and I got the oxtail tacos. All of the dishes we had here were really, really amazing, like savory, spicy, cheesy, everything you want in a meal. It was very, very good. Now, Tropical does turn into a club after 11 p.m. So the vibe changed about 10:30. You could tell that it was about to change it to a club. Apparently there's a speakeasy, but I did not see it, and maybe it's behind this door here. Now, when we returned back to the hotel, we realized that the festival was in full effect. And also, while we were going to dinner, we noticed they have multiple festivals going on at one time throughout the city. So we went to check this out, and it had contortionists, it had acrobatic people, and all kind of things going on. And it also had a full bar, and you can get food out there. So that's pretty cool, Montreal. The next day, we got up and went out. We noticed right outside the hotel they had a street blocked off, and it was for miniature golf. Now, these are some hard holes to hit, so I don't really know how the kids were playing out there, but kudos to them. We did walk about 5 minutes over to Cafe Leo to grab some coffee and did a little miniature photo shoot in there. But it is a pretty big space to work and have a meeting, and the artwork was pretty cool, and you can purchase the artwork. After Cafe Leo, we headed to Old Montreal. had every plan to go see the Basilica of Notre Dame. However, I did not realize that you had to pay to enter the basilica. I guess I'm so used to Europe, you can just kind of walk into basilicas, but not here. It's about $34, and we decided not to pay it and just take some pictures outside and continue to explore Old Montreal. I definitely see why Montreal is called the Europe of the Americas, because it is absolutely stunning. Like, it really is like Europe. I mean, but then again, technically it's a part of Europe, right? But Old Montreal has a bunch of boutique stores, which I truly love. They have some nice fashions in there. We did not pick up anything here, but overall, I must say, it's very cool to check out. We left Old Montreal and headed over to another part of Montreal for our food tour. And we did book this food tour through Airbnb Experiences. Please don't sleep on Airbnb Experiences, as they have a lot of local tours for half the price you will find them on TripAdvisor or anywhere else. This food tour was probably one of the best food tours I've ever had. Like, did you know you're not supposed to eat a cannoli if it's not freshly piped? Like, if it's been sitting there, you're not supposed to eat it. Learned that today. But it was definitely a cool experience and a lot of food. I'm currently eating some fresh gnocchi with Parmesan and chili flakes. I'm gonna pay for this later because I'm not supposed to have red sauce, but it's really good. I miss tomatoes so much. But I'm about to pass this off to Leon. I'm gonna take one more bite, pass it off to Leon because I can't have more. One of the things we learned on a tour is in order to work in Montreal, you have to speak English and French, so you have to be bilingual. So if you're thinking about traveling to Montreal but say, hey, I'm not going to know what they're saying because I don't speak French, you definitely will, but it doesn't hurt to learn a little bit, at least hi and thank you. We tried an array of dishes on this tour, but I'm so glad I got to actually taste poutine in Canada, because the Americanized version does no justice to poutine. It was actually pretty good. So feel free to come on in, you can see them making it, it's pretty fabulous. And apparently there's some type of beef between New York City bagels and Montreal bagels, and I've had both. I do like the freshness of these bagels. They are somewhat sweet, even the sesame seed, but they are hard as a rock if you don't eat them immediately, so I gotta give it to New York. I'm sorry, Montreal.
But Montreal itself is a very diverse city with cultural representation and celebration.
Not shown in this video, we did grab some beef patties here, and I'm not passing up a beef patty. I don't care where it's at. I'm always gonna get a beef patty. I'm always gonna get a ting, and they had the pink ting, which I had never even seen before, but that jump was bussin'. Like, I don't even like grapefruit like that, but it was so freaking good. And this is the cutest Jamaican restaurant I have been in. That's authentic Jamaican. It was so freaking good. And check out the prices on the board. You can't get that in America.
They are stark naked.
Oh my god. Oh wow.
It's all guys.
So on the way to dinner, we stop at a light and we see a police escort, only to see a bunch of naked men on bikes. Montreal wild for that. So for dinner, we headed over to Voot, as I was told it's pronounced. And I know I said I wasn't saying no more names, but these I actually know. So here we are. But Voot is an Asian-inspired restaurant that's located in what I believe to be an old bank vault. But the top part looks like a museum. And I will say, Voot is a dinner and show. You have a show every 20 minutes. And when I say it starts off pretty simple with, the crew is all waving the flags to techno music, to you have singers, you have dancers. But then every performance, it kicked up a notch. You just did not know what was going to happen next. It went from 0 to 1,000 real quick. Very, very entertaining. And again, we had to sit at the bar because we were a party of 2, which was fine. But what I did notice at 11 o'clock, it turns into a club, a full out club. As you get up from your seat, they are taking your table away. Also, what was interesting here is if you want bottle service, they do bottle service at the bar, which is totally different from America. You normally get a section in America. Here, you can get a section or you can be at the bar with your bottle service. Totally different, but if you're in Montreal, definitely check out Voot. It was a pretty cool time, minus the techno music. After 4 hours of techno music, we had to dip. The next morning, we went over to Far Sides for brunch, which is a Hawaiian and Thai fusion restaurant. And it's serving 80s and 90s themed everything. When I say we were getting our little lives here, we were, Word Up magazine on the wall, okay? It was crazy. And they were playing all 80s and 90s like R&B and hip hop. Now the food for brunch was amazing. Like we had the pork belly bao buns, we had the pad thai omelet, I had chicken and waffles, and I'm gonna tell you now, this is the best chicken and waffles I've had in my life. I eat a lot of chicken and waffles, but this was, not only was it sweet, it was spicy, it was savory, it was crunchy. Like the chicken was so crunchy, and the pomegranates and pistachios were a different take, but it all went together. And it wasn't a big waffle. The waffle was drenched in maple syrup, but it wasn't overly sweet, and the spice from the chicken just like chef's kiss. That chicken and waffle was amazing. I could see why everybody was ordering it. Also, check out this bar. Like my whole childhood is epoxied in this bar. That is wow. Far Sides definitely was one of my top picks. Now we went over to the underground mall. Leon had talked about this mall in this underground city like the entire time, and I'm amazed that there's 3 or 4 levels of a mall underground, and it's pretty cool. And you will get lost easy, so make sure you know where you park because you will get lost. Now this is a restaurant, I don't know the name of it, but however, it is a black owned bakery. And we went for a dessert date, which people need to, make that a thing, a dessert date, instead of always eating like full meals. So you get to pick your tea, and then you get to pick the desserts that they have on in the case. So each person gets 4 desserts. And when I say French pastries are probably better than any American dessert I've had, I'm sorry, I gotta give it to the French, because it was not only good, but it wasn't overpowered by sugar like American desserts. After our dessert date, we headed back to the hotel to rest up for dinner. We did have dinner in another part of Montreal. I don't know exactly where, however, we did eat at an Italian restaurant, which I would not be saying the name, but it is up on the screen here. This was a beautiful restaurant, and it was humongous. It's like 2 floors, 2 or 3 floors. And nobody was really in there, and I'm not sure why, because the food is absolutely amazing. I will say what gets me about restaurants in Montreal is they close really late. Like this Italian restaurant doesn't close until 2 a.m., which is beyond me. But the food here was really good. Leon got some calamari and he devoured that whole plate by himself. And that is an appetizer size of calamari. I had the vegetable risotto and he made his pasta, which he really enjoyed. After dinner, we went back to pack up so that we can leave the next morning. Overall, I really enjoyed our time in Montreal. I will say I want to do more things and also bring my kids, because it does seem like a kid-friendly city as well, as they do have a lot of things going on. Montreal is a cool place, but customs coming back into the U.S. sucks. We spent about 2 hours waiting to get through the U.S. border. Overall, Montreal is a place to visit. As always, subscribe, like, comment, and share, and I'll see you in the next video.